YouTube, what's up, man? It's your boy Crew. Y'all know we back with another reaction video today, man. So listen, man, we've been going hard on the streaming. We've been going hard on the reaction videos. We've been going hard in general, man. So I want to say thank you to everybody for watching this video. If you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, man. It helps out so much, man. I'm always excited to do these videos. I get a chance to hang with my sneaker peers, people that I don't maybe talk to all the time, but today is a little bit different. I am watching a James Meyers video. He's actually a really good friend of mine. I talk to him all the time. I was actually on his live stream last Friday, and this topic came up. I had no idea that we might be getting a video. And it looks like he actually did a video about a very, I don't want to say tough topic because I feel like we talk about it a lot. But I think it's something that sneaker enthusiasts all think about a lot, which is UA sneakers. I don't even like calling it UA. I'll tell you guys why in the video. But before we actually go ahead and get into this video, I want to say again, thank you to you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers. Again, I appreciate all of the love and support from everyone. But make sure you guys go over to James Meyers' video and give him a like and a subscribe on his video. Drop a comment as well. But let's go ahead and jump into the video.
This video that you're currently watching is one that I've thought about making for a while. And this may be kind of like a controversial topic. This may even get some people mad at me, and that's not my intention at all with this video.
He started off the video like, yo, you might be pissed. Oh man, where's this one going, James? James hit me up. I'm gonna tell you, listen, James hit me up. James said, bro, I'm dropping a video. I want you to react to it. I'm like, okay, bet. I like that. I'm excited. I haven't seen it yet. And he said, yo, you might be mad at me after this one.
I'm gonna talk about UA sneakers and what I've seen and what I've experienced being a YouTube sneaker content creator. Now, I just want to say right off top that I don't care how people spend their money. Always do whatever you want, whatever makes you feel good, and spend the hard-earned money that you make on whatever you please to do. But in today's video, we're going to talk about the truth about UA sneakers on YouTube.
Okay, so I'm going to say that too. And I've said that quite a bit, right? Where I don't really care about what anyone does with their money. Like, if you want to buy something like that, that has nothing to do with me. Nothing at all to do with me. I can't, you know what I mean? I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm not pocket watching, none of that stuff. So if you want to buy fake sneakers, that's totally fine. You guys already know what my response is. My response is, if you buy fake sneakers, wear them proudly as fake sneakers. Don't wear them as, no. These are just like, these are the real ones, or they're on the same line, or you know, something like that, or try to sell them to someone as an authentic sneaker. So I'm glad that he said that. I say that all the time, but let's go ahead and jump into it again. Hit that sub button.
I just want to start off by saying that I'm not somebody that buys UA sneakers. For me, it's all about authentic, and that's not to throw shade at anybody that actually enjoys UA sneakers or does, you know, spend their money on them. Personally, for me, you know, I've always just been somebody that goes after the authentic real pair, and if I miss out on a particular sneaker and I can't afford to pay the resale, I just move on to the next thing. There's always the next release. There's always the next sneaker that you want. Now, there is certain sneakers that are sort of grails, you know, and maybe you pick them up later on. Maybe you save up enough money to actually buy them and things like that, and I've done that from time to time. I've never gone out and spent, you know, $2,000 on a shoe, right? I kind of cap out around like that $1,200 range. But for the most part, you know, if I miss out on a sneaker, I just move on to the next thing. Now, I have seen UA sneakers in the past, right? Now, like when I was growing up, they had flea markets and they had all types of, you know, fake.
Literally just talked about that on the stream today, where the flea market is out and they got a bunch of fake sneakers. Now, listen, I'm gonna ask people, because this is premiering and people are watching this live, right? If you are one of the people, or if you are someone who has purchased fake sneakers, what's your reason? Listen, again, I just want to know, so I understand better. What's your reason? You know, is it because you can't get them, or is it because it's too expensive and I don't call them UAs, and the fake sneakers are cheaper? Do you really not like big brands? Like, I want to know what the reason is that you are not buying real sneakers. I think a lot of times, well, I know a lot of times people just can't get stuff, right? Like, you just can't get them, like Grails and things of that nature, Off-Whites, Travis Scott's, some Unions, right? Like, there's some Grails out there that people just can't get their hands on. So are you just foregoing saving or trading, and you're just going to, and just why? I just want to know.
UA Air Jordans and colorways that never existed, and they were blatantly fake. Like, you could
Blatant
definitely tell
fakes.
that they were fake. But in 2023, that's not necessarily the case. The fakes that are coming out nowadays are so good, most people cannot tell whether they have it in their hand or whether they're seeing it on somebody's feet, which is really scary if you think about it. The influx of these UA sneakers coming into the country, or, you know, just being made at all, really makes it challenging for people that want to go out and get the real authentic sneaker, right? Because there's people out there that do scam and do try to make, you know, full-blown resale money off of a UA shoe, which, you know, they're getting for a fraction of the cost.
Which is why StockX runs into the issue that they run into. I don't really believe that they're trying to accept fake sneakers, but the fake sneakers have gotten so good. They have, I've been using this as an example a lot. They have, you know, where's the camera? They have probably a couple of real ones of this shoe in front of them where they can see exactly how to make this shoe. They've broken it down where they can see exactly how to make the shoe. And if they can send it in to where it passes, then it passes the initial inspection. So this isn't, man, do you guys remember the, like, see-through Jordans or like see-through F4? Those are never like, but it was blatant that had nothing to do with Nike. And now it's not the Gucci Jordans or the Gucci Air Force Ones or the Louis Vuitton. Y'all remember that era? I remember seeing that. And then it was just like, okay, we know that had nothing to do with Nike or Jordan brand. But now it's like we're making carbon copies of things that have been released. And I'm not saying that that hasn't happened before, but I think it was a little bit easier to tell the difference back then.
You know, think of something like a Travis Scott or an Off-White Jordan 1 or something along those lines. And it's really, really hard to tell. And there's people that definitely get scammed on it. Now, I'm not saying that certain institutions, you know, purposely, you know, sell fake sneakers or anything like that, but it does open up for, you know, more people to possibly get scammed with the UA market just becoming more and more prevalent and becoming more and more good at actually producing the sneakers that we pretty much all love and covet. And there's a whole subsection of the sneaker community that only rocks with UA sneakers. You know, they would rather go out and spend $200 on a UA Air Jordan 1 when that same shoe is being sold out on the resale market for under retail. They would rather get the UA version than the, you know, the actual, you know, real deal Air Jordan made, you know, sold on the Nike sneakers app. And then, you know, basically, like, if they're going for under retail, they would still go out and rather spend the extra money to get the UA version, which kind of intrigues me a lot. Now, some people could sort of say, well, Air Jordan and Nike, you know, their quality control isn't the best. And, you know, even the UAs, it sometimes, you know, have better quality, have better stitching, have less mistakes on the sneaker, which I can kind of see it sometimes, because sometimes, man, when they release these shoes, they are not the greatest as far as quality control. We've seen mold on sneakers. We've seen shoddy stitching, shoddy craftsmanship on a number of releases. And that makes it even harder to tell real from fake a lot of the times. One of the things that I continue to see and continue to hear is that it's the same sneaker. It's made in the same factory. It's made by the same people with the same materials. It's basically a Nike product that...
I'm going to stop him before he even gets... That is not true, fam. Like, I know what I know where he's going with this. I know where he's going. He's telling you right now, it's not it. I'm telling you right now, they're not. Look at his face. You could just, that face right there is letting me know. He knows, and I know they're not made on this. It's like what people think is like the fake factory and the real factory are like on the same street or in like the same building. And the fake factory is on, it's like left Twix and right Twix. Like, this is the fake factory, this is the real factory. Like, come on, fam. Really? What would be the reasoning for dumbing down the quality of the shoe on like the real pair and giving the fake pairs the really good quality? Like, what would that, like, what? Huh? And why are there so many differences in like the writing on the tags and the stitching lines, and why can you hold the black light up and see where all the stitching was moved and think, like, why? If they're made in the same factory, that makes no sense. I think that's it. And that's one of the reasons why I don't say UA, right? Because you guys know what UA stands for. Unauthorized, authentic. As in Nike said, no, that one doesn't make it. This one makes it. It's unauthorized? No, it's not. It's not unauthorized. Do you have unauthorized, authentic, like Louis bags, where Louis Vuitton now is saying that this specific lot is unauthorized? No, it's just fake. It's a fake bag. I don't know why we give, you know, the fake market that benefit of the doubt, but we do. Now, I've seen these videos and I've seen how they put these shoes together, and it seems like the method is at least similar to what Nike does, but we haven't seen what Nike does. Nike doesn't let us doesn't let a camera into the you know, behind the scenes for us to see exactly what happens. Nike doesn't let that happen. So we can only assume that this is the same way that they do it. It just baffles me that people think that it's like the same room or something. Like, that's crazy.
You know, maybe Nike just didn't, I don't know, give the okay on. Maybe, you know, it's a B grade or something along those lines, right? You know, unauthorized, authentic, you know, rep. You know, basically what it is, in my personal opinion, it's not the same, right? And even if that were true, as somebody who is a sneaker content creator on YouTube, my Instagram is full of UA sellers constantly DMing me, asking me if I want to collaborate and do reviews on their sneakers and stuff like that, which I never respond to.
Me either. Hold on, let me check. Let me check and see if we got something in there today. Let me check and see if we got it in our RG today. Let's see. Not today. I deleted them all. I have deleted every last one of them that I get.
I don't feel like, as a content creator, I wouldn't feel right doing something along those lines. Because A, I don't want to mislead people who actually watch me and trust me, right? Who definitely, you know, put their trust in me, watch my videos for my authentic opinion. I could not go on here and sit here and tell you, oh, this UA sneaker is just as good as the real ones, because a lot of these sneaker YouTube content creators that do UAs, that's what they do. And I just want to educate some of you guys in this.
So we talked about this just a little bit. We talked about this just a little bit on the stream, where I've been offered money and shoes. I've been offered money, real money and shoes to do this several times, not once. I'm talking upwards of 20 to 30 times that I have been offered money to review sneakers. I will not do it. Ever. Ever. Because, like he said, I have an obligation. I have an obligation to the people who watch me to provide them with an authentic opinion. Now, again, this is no shade to anyone who wears a fake sneaker, but just wear it as that. And if it was the same thing, if it was the exact same thing, why do you think these factories are reaching out to people like myself and him and YouTubers who are way larger than content creators who are way larger than we are to help their product get seen. If it was the same thing, why couldn't they just come out and say, yo, we are the factory that makes sneakers with Nike and we want to sell them? Why couldn't they just come out and say that? These are the sneakers that Nike allows us to make. So you telling me they're in there after hours selling sneakers, making sneakers, putting sneakers together, and they can't even promote it? They using all of Nike's lights, all of Nike's equipment, all of their extra material and whatnot, and then they don't get the okay to try to push that? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
This may, upset some people, and, I get it. But basically, some of these content creators that you're watching for UA content, they review the same sneaker like 6, 8, 10 times. And why do you think that is? It's because they're being sent these shoes from different sellers, and basically they're being paid to do so. The going rate for a UA sneaker review is around $200. And basically, they send them the shoe, they get to keep the shoe, and then they send them, a couple $100 to do the video. And even though you can't really promote them on YouTube, what you can do is promote them on your Instagram. So you could say, go to this seller right here, this is where I got them. And then hopefully, in the eyes of the person that's sending the shoes and sending the money, it can generate some sales for them. Now, recently on Shein, for example,
my thing is, with the amount of lawsuits that we've seen from Nike, and maybe it's because it's some obscure black market behind the scenes thing that they can't get to the person, or can't get to the head of whoever's doing this. But come on, bro. I mean, this isn't, to me, this isn't how fast I gotta walk. If you're across the street, that's a Concord, right? That's a Bread 11, right? If you're across the street, that's what it is. $49.99. I mean, I'm not mad at it, bro. I'm really not. If you're gonna do this, do it and rock it proudly and be like, that's it. And then don't try to get people who aren't already on that wave to be on that wave. That's my issue. I'm getting hit up all the time. Emails, Instagram messages. Hey, will you review sneakers for us? And I'm just like, no, never, no. I don't want to promote that. I don't want to promote people to think that they should settle for less. There's no Jordan sign on here. There's no, you're going to walk in that and it's going to break down at some point, man. Right? Like there's no story behind this. This is the money grab. There's nothing associated with this. So when we think about it, we think Nike's doing something where they're gouging us. Oh, we got to pay $200 for a Jordan now. Okay. That story comes with a little bit of history. I mean, that shoe comes with a little bit of history. Not all, but some. That shoe comes with some history. We've seen it on before. Michael Jordan wore that shoe. It's quality enough that you're going to be able to have that shoe for 10 plus years. You know what I mean? And that's if you wear it. Not even if you kind of wear it and kind of maintain it a little bit. These gonna break down on you, fam. These gonna break down on you. 1-2 wears is over with. I don't know. What do y'all think about this so far in the comment section below? Do you agree? Do you agree with the whole fake market? Do you agree with that? I don't disagree with it. I just have a stipulation.
They just put out like a bunch of like Jordan looking sneakers, which is basically like the same silhouettes minus the Nike and Jordan branding, and they're selling them for $30, $50, right? And even in the UA market, like to get a good one, you're going to spend around $200. So basically like the same retail price you would pay on if you got them on the Nike sneakers app or Nike.
So now y'all paying retail for fake pairs? I'm done.
.com. So if they're being made for 20 or 30 bucks, which we all know like is probably the real cost of the shoe to be still make it and make a profit on it, the UA market is pretty much just as bad as the actual resale market, you know, because they're just upcharging so much to get them. And it goes into, if these sneakers were so good, why would they constantly be reaching out to small YouTube content creators like myself and my friends that do YouTube? If they were so great and almost the real thing, why would there be so many sellers? Why would there be so many people just trying to get the word out and get content creators to promote their product? If it was so good and so close to the real thing. The truth of the matter is it's not the real thing. It's not. A copyright infringement, right? They are getting materials that are close. They are getting the sneakers pretty much down to its science, right? Like, I'm not saying that they're nowhere near as good. You can always tell a real from a fake whenever you get them side by side. But a lot of people are just...
Now, that's one thing. That's one thing. One small thing that I would say that I wouldn't agree with is that you can't always tell the difference side by side. There's been times where I've seen shoes and be like, yo, this is the real one. Nope, this is the real one. You know what I mean? Like, and it's hard because, excuse me, when all you do is study something, when all you do is study it, and you study the trends, and they like, no, Nike never does their stitching like this. They do it like this. Or Nike never does. If we can look at it and say, nah, when you hold it up next to this one, Nike's is typically, the spacing between the letters is usually a third of a centimeter. Like, they do that all the time. So they just keep getting better and better and better. And as time goes on and the years go on, the technology is getting better. So it's gonna get to a point, at some point, I don't think that it won't. Well, we can't tell. And the market is flooded. Let's just say we get to a point where they get it perfect. Everything's perfect. There's no way to tell. Because they don't care, obviously, about copyright or nothing like that. Like, some places might, like Shein, because I think they're an actual business who cares about getting sued. But these WhatsApp number companies that are reaching out to us, you think they really care? They're going to get it as perfect as they possibly can. Now, just imagine when it happens.
Sort of falling into, I guess, I don't know, like a trap where, you know, they're being told that it's exactly the same, it's just as good, no one's going to be able to tell. Why go out and spend money on the real thing when you can get the UA thing for maybe even just a couple of dollars cheaper? You don't have to sort of fight for it or anything like that, and no one's going to be able to tell the difference. I've actually had, and you can go on my Instagram right now and look at just regular pictures that I have posted with me and my fiance, and they've even went as far as to go outside of my DM to comment on pictures of me and my fiance. Right, to say, respond to your DMs, I really want to work with you on a sneaker collaboration. That's crazy, or whatever the case may be. They're pretty relentless. You know, I have like probably hundreds of them in my Instagram. Like,
yeah, I've deleted
them. The back part, you know, they don't really show up in the actual real messages.
Yeah, they show in the like private or the request.
I can just scroll through it and I get them every single day. And I've even talked to a lot of my YouTuber friends and they get them every single day. And, you know, I could see why some people would kind of, you know, if they make content, right, maybe they would, you know, accept the money and accept the shoes, right? Because YouTube really doesn't pay a whole lot for ad revenue. A lot of the sneaker YouTubers, even the big ones, don't make a whole lot of money, you know, as far as like just making the videos, right? That's why they have sponsorships and, you know, you got your, you know, things like that where they can make a little bit of extra money, because making content on YouTube is really tough and it's really expensive to produce it. You need the cameras, you need the microphones, you need the lights, you need the time to actually do it. So I could see why people would fall victim to it and probably, you know, sort of, I don't know, put out these.
And that's why they target the smaller content creators. So as a content creator, if that's not the lane you're going down, right? Like, I have no beef with anyone who does UA reviews, who wears UAs, whatever. That's your lane, bro. And I think for the most part, and I'm just speaking for myself, I think for the most part, those guys are completely happy with it. They're like, I don't care. It's a fake shoe. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. You're the stupid one for paying $1,000 for, you know what I mean? Like, that's their viewpoint on it. So I hold nothing against them. I honestly would like to talk to them. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should do that. Just a conversation piece. A person who doesn't purchase fake sneakers versus a person who does. And let's just talk about it, like, hey, how did this start? You know what I mean? Like, why did you choose to go that route? And but that's why they're targeting the smaller YouTubers and the smaller content creators on Instagram, because they're the most vulnerable to, hey, I'm not making a ton. Let me take this check real quick. I'll do the review. And then that might not necessarily be your lane. If that's not your lane, once you get one infiltrated into your collection, everything else is sus. That's the way I feel about it. If I see you do one fake review, everything in your collection is sus to me. Anything. That's just me. Like I said, I'm just speaking on myself, right? I'm just speaking on myself, but let me know, what do you guys think about that? If you got one sneaker in your collection, is everything else up for debate? Is that real? Is that real? Could that be fake? Like, what do y'all think?
These videos. But the one thing that you guys have to understand is that these people that are doing these videos and putting out this kind of content, they're being paid to do so, right? They're being paid to tell you it's just as good. You know, don't go out and pay resale. Don't go out and do any of those things. Now, I get the resale market is really, really high for certain sneakers. But in 2023, a lot of sneakers have been sitting and going under retail. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, things are not exactly the same as it was, you know, when COVID was, you know, basically just destroying the world's economy and making it really, really tough for people to get any kinds of goods and services. If you're a sneaker collector in 2023, there's a lot of sneakers that you can go out and get for retail, below retail, or even just slightly above retail. Mm-hmm. It's the grails. It's the ones that cost a lot of money, $1,000.
And I've been seeing shoes like off-white bread 4s in the streets. It's like, come on, fam. Red Octobers in the streets. That's like, yo, like, come on, man. Perfect, brand new, perfect, clean, bright. Not the worn pair, the beat down pair that you've been wearing forever. It's just like, and that's one of the issues that I end up taking with it. Because I am removed from it as where I don't care about what anyone does. But when you wear them, you are not wearing them with a sign that says, these are fake, these are not real. You're wearing them with the intention of people around you believing that it is real. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And if you walk up to somebody and you ask them, yo, man, which that's the most cringe thing you can possibly do is walk, yo, man, are your shoes real? Like, don't do that. But I'm just talking now at this point where it's just like, I know that people wear shoes with the intention of everyone around them. Why else would you have a fake Travis Scott one? Just to look at it? It's like, I'm going to wear it.
$2,000, $5,000 that, you know, I think people are just more interested in picking up the UA version of more so than, you know, actually saving up to get the real deal legit thing. And I totally get that. Spending $2,000 on a shoe is ridiculously stupid. You know, spending $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000
unless
on
you
certain
have
releases.
Unless you have
sneakers that came out years ago that, you know, there was only a handful of that are just reselling for stupid amounts of money. That's really, really dumb. If you spend $30,000 on an M&M Jordan 4, man, you could.
Unless you have it. I'm not that guy though, right? Like, I agree with you, but I'm not that guy. Like, if you got the 30 grand to spend, then spend the damn money, bro. Like, I did a cash out video where I watched the man spend $8,000 on a one pair of shoes. I watched him count it out and spend $8,000 on a pair of shoes. But he got it. if he's got it, he's got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he got it, then spend it. What's expensive to me is nothing to someone else, and vice versa, right? Like, I may think something is nothing, and somebody else may think, like, some people looking at us right now, James, I know you're probably gonna watch this video. We spent $1,000 on a shoe. They look at us like, boy, you rich, right? And it's like, no, I just saved up, or I traded, or I sold a couple pairs, or you know what I mean, to get that shoe. But if the dude's dropping 8, 10, 20K on a shoe, now it becomes a problem when you don't have the money. If you really don't have it and you out here spending your life savings on a pair of shoes, you are down bad and suffering. So I agree, but if you got it, you got it.
Could have bought a really nice car or put down a super great down payment on a house.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't make sense to do that. And I get why people get UAs for that kind of reasons. Because I like the style of the shoe. You know, they want to be able to wear it and stuff like that. I totally get it. It's not something that I would do. I just don't need that $30,000 M&M Jordan 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I think about it. But I did want to come on here, and I did want to make this video, not to call anybody out, right? Not to make anybody mad.
I didn't get that from this video at all.
But just to educate people.
No calling out.
Because what you're seeing on screen sometimes is not exactly the truth. You're kind of being misled a lot of the times. Now, I'm not saying every content creator that makes UA content is doing this. Some actually just make content basically because, you know, that's what they do. That's how they feel. They're not trying to convince you of anything. They're not being paid to tell you something.
Right. There are some guys out there who just do it because that's what they do, right? Everyone's story isn't the same. There are some guys who are getting paid. There are some guys who are not getting paid, right? I know I've been offered money, okay? Like, I've been offered money and been like, come on, man. So I like that he's clearing that up.
You know what I'm saying? But you can blatantly tell, especially when a content creator makes 6, 8, 10 videos of the same sneaker, but from different sellers. You know what I mean? They're being paid for each and every single one of them. And if you go to their Instagrams, you know, you'll see pictures of that shoe with the person who sold it to them tagged in the, you know, the little description box and stuff like that. That's how they're generating money for these things.
This is wild.
The other side of that is, you know, you don't really know what you're funding whenever you're buying sneakers on the UA market. Right?
Wow. I've never thought about that ever. You don't know what you're funding. Even sometimes, even here, sometimes we don't know what we're funding when we purchase things. No one reads the terms and conditions all the time, or like where the money's going or what the breakdown is. You know, you just think you're buying something and you could be contributing to something that you have no idea about. But with something that is as hush hush black market as fakes, you don't know what you're funding. That's a good point, bro.
You don't know. You could be funding all types of, you know,
nefarious
real
acts,
inhumane things. You know, a lot of these sneakers are being made in China by people who don't get bathroom breaks, or, you know, they, I don't know, get paid pennies on a dollar. You know, they're made to work 16 hours a day. You know what I mean? And, you know, there's a lot of human rights violations, you know, as far as, you know, basically every single company that produces products, right? But
yeah.
Especially when it's not really as regulated as somebody who's like Nike or somebody else. You really don't know what you're really putting your money back behind. What are you really funding whenever you buy these shoes? So just some things to think about, guys. You can, you know, let me know down in the comment section how you feel about this. You know, like I said, I don't care what you do. I don't ever really, you know, just look down on people who buy UA sneakers or wear UA sneakers. I mean, you work hard for your money, and, you know, you can spend your money on whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, if that's what you choose to do, you know, more power to you. But that's just how I feel about it, and that's my take on it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I love you all, and catch you guys in the next one.
So, guys, James is a stand-up dude, man. That's what I say about his videos all the time. It's like he's the kind of guy who's going to give it to you straight, no chaser, right? And I agree with 99.999% of what he said. Because I've always said it, right? I've always said I don't care about the whole fake market. It's just not my thing, right? And I don't care if you care about the fake market. It's really just, it's not my thing. But people are being paid, and if they're not being paid, these people are offering money to promote their brand and promote their sneakers for a reason, right? They're not as good as, if it was that good, we'd all know and everybody be all over it. People hate big business, right? People hate to see the big guy winning all the time. So if there was an alternative that was just as good or maybe better, because they say it's just the same or maybe better, and there was an alternative and it was way cheaper, people would jump on board. But that's not the case. At least that's not what I see. And if you see it, let me know in the comments. Let me know. I want to hear from each and every one of you guys. If there's freaking 1,000, 2,000 views on this video, I want to hear 2,000 comments. I will respond to every one of them. I just want to know what you guys think about it, because it's a topic that's not going anywhere. This is not going anywhere. And he said something at the end that was really kind of profound almost, right? I've never heard it spun that way, where you don't know what you're funding. And like I said, if it's some big brand, Sheen, making fakes, Fashion Nova doesn't do anything like that. But if they, if they had some sort of alternative sneaker or something, or what's the other one? Wish, these places that could get sued, I think they take a different crack at it, where they're not trying to make the exact same thing. They're trying to give you an alternative. You can't afford that. Maybe come and buy this. It's not going to look exactly the same, but it might get the job done. That to me is like, okay, we know that's fake, right? But then there's the ones who try to like almost lie to you and make you believe that something is what it's not. And it's not what it's not because of the cost and, oh, I paid this much and I did this and I did that. It's like, yo, it's just not made where it was supposed to be made at. No one wants unauthorized steaks, unauthorized chickens. Nobody wants the UA chicken. Nobody wants the UA steak. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go and get a UA vehicle. Do you want to go get a UA vehicle? I don't think so. We just pieced this one together. It's just like the Jeep. It's the same. It's almost the same as the Jeep. That makes sense, right? I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think about this. This topic is not going anywhere. Again, huge shout out to my dog, James Meyers, man. Make sure you guys go on his video as well. Hit that like button and subscribe. I will leave all of the information in the description below. Do not forget to hit that sub button on this video. If you guys are new to the channel, we are doing this so much more often. Send me videos, guys. I want to see what you guys want me to react to as far as sneakers are concerned. You guys come across anything cool you want to share it with crew, send it over. The description, where to send it will be in the link. It's just my email, my business email. You guys can send it over to me. But I love you guys. This was another amazing video. I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace. Peace, peace, peace. I'm gone.